Hello and welcome into Rochester Regional Stadium. It's another Heartland Conference matchup between your Rochester FC Minnesota squad and Green Bay Glory coming to visit here at Rochester Regional Stadium. Welcome you into the stream. I'm Arnav Pokrell, joined by the rest of the Rochester FC Broadcast Network. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and get set for this Heartland Conference matchup between the Green Bay Glory and Rochester FC. Green Bay Glory coming into this game flying high off of a 2-1 victory against Bavarian United SC, a team that Rochester lost to earlier on in this season. Taking a quick look around the Heartland Conference, up top, to no surprise, Minnesota Aurora FC with 6 points in 2 matches, but right behind them with 6 points in 2 matches as well, it's Chicago City SC, and then Green Bay Glory in third with 3 points on 1 match played. Bavarian United in fourth with 6 points in 3 matches played, 2 wins and 1 loss for United SC. In fifth, the Chicago Dutch Lions. They sit 1-2 on the season. And in sixth and seventh, Rochester FC, RKC, Third Coast. Both squads yet to get a point this year in Heartland Conference play. RKC Third Coast, however, has a much worse goal differential, -12 compared to just 6 for the Loons here today. Taking a look at both of these squads for Rochester, it's a few changes here and there. Most notably, 2 returning players. Lindsay Birch makes her debut for Rochester FC after 2 games out. And Ana Ricarte Pacheco makes her return after a fractured ankle that she suffered in the first game against Bavarian United SC. Sarah Speltz gets the start at right back, and then a center back pairing of Lindsay Birch and Lisa Mizutani. Madison Salas makes her way to the left. Holding down the center of the midfield, it's Jada Brown and Sarah DeGaines. On the right, it's Ana Ricarte Pacheco. In the middle, Abby Rutledge. On the left, Eduarda Quiroz. And up top, Chelsea Brown for Rochester. And taking a look at the visitors, Mallory Karen in net for the Glory. Maya Alberts, Brianna Morrissey, Alyssa Merrick, and Kristen Jaszewski holding down the back line. In the midfield, it's Brenda Musser, Elizabeth Benke, and Michaela Kircher. And up top, Mila Stewart, Rachel Janes, and Carolina Gomez for the Glory. As we get set for kickoff here, it's going to be Rochester with the ball in the navy blues. Green Bay Glory in their away whites. Getting ready for kickoff here, and we are away at RCTC Stadium. It's Rochester with possession first and passing it around the back. It's to the right with Speltz. Speltz outside to Ricarte Pacheco. She'll cut in. Look for support and play back to Mizutani. Mizutani goes all the way back to Alcalde. Alcalde, the captain of this squad, was pulled from the Aurora match after giving up 4 in the first half to that talented Aurora side. Replacing her was Emma Knack, who stepped in and held Aurora to 1 goal, but Alcalde gets the nod again here for this Rochester FC side. Birch goes ahead to DeGaines. Trying to find Quiroz on the left, but it's taken away. And work down low here. And to the left, and Christina Jaszewski. Well, work looking for Mila Stewart, and the ball is kept in play, but it runs out but on the left side here for Rochester. It'll be Speltz to throw it in. Abby Rutledge looking for Ricarte Pacheco and finds her. Touch out of play by Michaela Kircher for Glory. Speltz ahead again. Ricarte Pacheco trying to play over her shoulder. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Glory. Four days ago, Green Bay Glory opened up their USL W season, a win against Bavarian United SC. The last time Rochester played 7 days ago, away at TCO Viking Stadium against Minnesota Aurora, that 5-0 loss. Mizutani looking long, plays the ball over the top. Headed away by Glory, but it's kept in the attacking half by Ricarte Pacheco. And her touch is out of play for a throw-in. Rochester still yet to score a goal this season. Have had their chances here and there, but haven't hit the back of the net. That ball played well outside on the right side. Going to be a far side throw in here for Maddie Salas. Bad pass from Birch leads to a turnover and an attacking opportunity here for Glory. Shot taken by Rachel Janes, but it'll fall into the hands of Alcalde after the block from Jada Brown. Alcalde rolls it out. She's looking long, trying to find Ricarte Pacheco, and it's chested out of play by Jaszewski. Throw in for Speltz on the near side. Looking ahead to Brown, but it's touched out again by Green Bay. Work down low to Chelsea Brown, who cuts it back and holds on to possession. Finds Ricarte Pacheco, whose first time cross will run all the way back to Mallory Karen. Ricarte Pacheco had time there. Just needed to hold on to the ball a little bit longer and assess her options for a pass. It's her first time playing in just about 12 days, recovering from that fractured ankle. Rachel Janes passes back to the midfield after pressure from Mizutani. Now it's outside, Jaszewski. Up ahead to Mila Stewart, but her pass is into the path of Abby Rutledge, who loses it, and it's worked all the way back. Alyssa Miracle over, eventually finding Maya Alberts. Working back for Glory, here's Banky. Banky up ahead looking for Stewart, and a chance for Ricarte Pacheco to break. She'll step forward, she goes down hard. It's going to be a foul. Pacheco goes down hard. And Ricarte Pacheco will stay down on the near side. So many great attacking opportunities that Pacheco created in that game against Bavarian United. You could tell this Rochester team really missed her presence away at Minnesota Aurora. It's going to be Speltz to take the free kick. So Lisa Mizutani almost left a free kick into the net against Bavarian United. Late on in the game, that would have tied it. Instead, it was palmed away by the Bavarian keeper. Here's Speltz. She'll lift one in the box. A dangerous ball. Brown with the header. It's an early chance for Rochester off a set piece. Chelsea Brown working her way into space. But the shot goes wide of the net. Throwing for Rochester. Headed on by Chelsea Brown, but it's into the path of Green Bay. Good pressure from Jada Brown, winning it back. She stood up by Christina Jaszewski. Cleared away by Rochester. Here's Jaszewski again. She loses it, but it's Rochester ball. Here's Jada Brown on the inside. Playing back to Speltz, who holds on to possession. Now over to Mizutani. Mizutani's given space, and she finds Kiraz. Kiraz has help on the outside in Salas. She'll pass inside, looking for Ricarte Pacheco, but it's touched away at the last second by Jaszewski. A crucial intervention there for Green Bay Glory, but it's positive play for Rochester early on in this game. And now it's a chance from a corner. It'll be Eduarda Kiraz to take. Here's Kiraz on the near side. This one into the box. Bouncing free in the box, and now pushed out of play. It's Rachel Janes holding it up for Green Bay. A chance to counter for the Glory. Carolina Gomez is free on the left side. Now Speltz comes over. And Green Bay Glory hold on to possession. On the other side, here's Jashevsky. Jashevsky up ahead. Finds Janes. Janes all the way back, and now the through ball comes. Looking for Mila Stewart. Speltz is chasing. Speltz holds up Stewart. It'll be a corner for Green Bay. Good recovery there from Speltz after the through ball from Banky. Almost found Stewart. The first corner of the game for Green Bay. Taking it is Carolina Gomez, the right winger. Alcalde punches away, but she missed it and then falls on it. We're going to call a foul here on Green Bay as they're trying to play it out of Alcalde's hands. Alyssa Merrick's the one getting talked to by the referee right now. Alcalde will get up and play quickly to Mizutani. Mizutani steps ahead, trying to play Ricarte Pacheco. It's a bad pass. Now Janes with the ball. Janes inside, cleared away by Salas, but only as far as Gomez, but it's offsides. It'll be Rochester ball. Mizutani trying to play that incisive pass to break lines, but instead it's intercepted by Mila Stewart there. A little bit dangerous from the University of St. Thomas center back. Here's Rutledge dropping back and playing with Speltz, who plays all the way back to Alcalde. Alcalde switches play. Onto the left side with Birch. Goes back to the right with Mizutani. Playing ahead, looking for Kiraz is Birch. Kiraz won the header, but couldn't win the second ball, and Alyssa Merritt comes up and cleans things up for the Glory. Brianna Morrissey passing back to Merrick. Now the pressure coming from Rochester, but they'll back off and let Glory have possession. Good pass inside to Gomez. Gomez will play back to Alberts, who goes outside. It's Kircher on the outside. Plays the ball in, and Birch clears away. All the way back to Jashevsky. And Jada Brown wins it for Rochester, but it's blocked well. Shot taken. It's well wide of the post there from Carolina Gomez. Next up for Rochester, it's a game against Aurora, a game that just happened a few days ago. Will happen again on Sunday. They'll host Aurora here at Rochester Regional Stadium at 4 p.m. Excuse me, at 3:30 p.m. that game will start. And for the men's teams, it's 2 away games, a trip to Canada. They'll be heading up to Canada to play Thunder Bay Chill in Ontario, and then take on FC Manitoba on the weekend. The first game on Friday, the second game on Sunday. So quick turnaround for the men's team. And a men's team that will be absolutely decimated due to travel restrictions. A couple of call-ups happening on the men's side. A couple of youth academy players will get to make their bench debut for Rochester FC. There's a pass on the outside to Salas, who launches one ahead, but it'll be easy in the end for Mallory Caron. Birch steps in. Her clearance goes off the hand of Kircher. Be a free kick for Rochester. Talking about the away trip to Canada, it's not just the players that are restricted from going, the coaching staff. Coach Sebastian Narvaez can't travel to Canada right now. So it'll be a different coach having to step in for Rochester during those 2 away games in Canada. Here's Jada Brown on the near side. She'll hold on to possession with Lisa. Mizutani will go all the way back to Alcalde. Alcalde way ahead, now plays to Birch. Mizutani takes her space and finds Brown. Good work from Mizutani, but Brown loses the ball. And an opportunity to turn here for Green Bay. Played outside to Gomez. Good tackle from Birch, but it's a foul. It'll be a free kick for Green Bay in a dangerous spot. 30 yards out, it'll be Gomez to take. Gomez standing over it. 4-player wall here for Alcalde. It'll be Gomez to take. Brenna Musser was there as well, but she'll back off and let Gomez rip one. But in the end, an easy catch for Alcalde. Not a bad shot from Gomez. Got it up and over the wall, but not enough power, not enough placement to test Alcalde. It's a comfortable save. And her first save of the game. She'll play quickly, looking for Ricardo Pacheco on the right side, intercepted well by Jaszewski. But Jaszewski's pass intercepted by DeGaines. Now Rochester with a chance to break. Here's Quiroz. Quiroz looking for that pass to DeGaines on the inside. Instead, it'll fall out to Ricardo Pacheco. Scoops it up towards DeGaines. Ricardo Pacheco applying pressure, and she wins the ball back. Well worked by Ricardo Pacheco, but she loses it to Jaszewski. Now a chance for Green Bay to break. Gomez will play back to Musser. Banky over to Merrick. Merrick now all the way up to Musser on the right side. And Glory have the ability to step up here. It'll be a free kick, going to be taken by Merrick. She'll let her players get into the box. A couple dangerous players in there. Banky, Musser. Kircher is hovering on the outside. Another easy catch for Alcalde. Looking for Mila Stewart on the backside, but Alcalde retrieves first. Here's Ricardo Pacheco on the outside. She'll play back to Spelt. Spelt's making that position change for the first time this season. She started the season, in the center midfield spot, playing holding midfielder alongside Sarah DeGaines and Jada Brown. Instead, now she's moving to the outside back position as there's a dangerous clearance from Lisa Mizutani, almost finding its way into the net, but it's lucky for the Loons as it creeps outside. It'll be a corner for Green Bay Glory. Mizutani, right idea, poor execution there as she almost turned that one into her own net. But the Loons get away with one there. On the corner, here's Green Bay. Work on the near side. It's lifted in. Headed away by Rochester. And the long shot coming in, and it's comfortable for Alcalde again. Save number 3 for Alcalde. All of them have been fairly comfortable and from fairly long distance. Nothing to really test her. Working ahead, trying to find Rutledge was Jada Brown, but it's a turnover and Musser recovers. Cleared away by Mizutani. That one doesn't go towards her own net. And it's Morrissey working out to Jaszewski. Jaszewski, the pass is too long. She won't get there in time. It'll be a throw-in for Speltz. Here's Rutledge working free. Couple ball rolls, but it's taken away by Green Bay and Carolina Gomez, who plays it back. Now Kircher on the right side to Maya Alberts. Her pass ahead to Janes is intercepted by Rochester. And another player who's changed positions since coming to Rochester, Jada Brown. Always been a forward, whether it was at Galen University, Campbellsville University, or even for the Belize national team. She's played striker, she's played on the wing. Now she's dropped into the midfield for this Rochester team, and although she's been a forward for her whole life and scored 2 goals for the Belize national team as a forward, she's really shown here in this midfield position. A quick player, provides that burst of energy whenever Rochester needs it. Suffering through a groin injury for the first couple of games, but slowly getting back to 100% is Jada Brown. Here's Rutledge, a great turn on the inside. She'll play back to Speltz. Speltz lifts one in a dangerous area, but no one there for Rochester. It's touched away by Green Bay. High press from DeGaines, well, but the foul is called. Gomez goes down, and DeGaines has to walk away from that one. There's Merrick looking ahead. Back to Kircher. But the pass will roll all the way back to Alcalde, who plays quickly to Mizutani. Mizutani cutting inside. Play out to Speltz. And back to Alcalde it goes. Looking for Brown. Now the pressure will come from Janes. Alcalde with options. A very comfortable keeper with the ball at her feet, Alcalde is. Brown will play it back. And Jada Brown loses possession of the ball. DeGaines will hold on to it and play it back to Birch, who resets. Back to Alcalde it goes, looking for the long ball. She plays it, but it's too flat. Chance to break for Green Bay. Here's Kircher, numbers in the box. One back well. Great defensive play there from Jada Brown. Using her body well, establishing her presence in the midfield, and Jada Brown saves a goal-scoring opportunity for Green Bay with her play. Speltz steps ahead. Rutledge able to turn. Guarded by Mila Stewart. Back to Speltz and worked ahead to Ricarte Pacheco. Green Bay electing not to press. They'll let Rochester pass the ball around the back. Force them into those passes ahead, just like that one from Birch to Kiraz. Now ahead to the outside. Salas. Looking inside to Chelsea Brown. It's in, but cleared away at the last second. They're going to say it's off of Chelsea Brown. It'll be a goal kick for Green Bay, but positive play again from Rochester. Really good work there as Maddie Salas finds the ball on the left wing and crosses it in, but Brown's touch is just a little bit too wide. Referee now going over to have a talk with the goalkeeper, Mallory Karen. So now coming in, I think the call here is that the goalkeeper didn't play the ball from inside the 6. So it's going to be an indirect free kick from just outside the 6-yard box. Something you don't really see. The goalkeeper misplaying the ball, and now it's a dangerous opportunity. Everyone's going to be on the line here for Green Bay. And what does Rochester draw up from here? An indirect free kick from just outside the 6-yard box. Everyone on the line for Green Bay, and it has to be indirect. Someone else has to touch it before a shot goes on net. Maybe a little rollback into a chip shot. Everyone's going to be rushing the ball. Take a look at this, something you don't really ever see. There's the indirect free kick, and it's blocked away by Green Bay. A second chance on the header. Out of play. It's going to be a corner for Rochester. Well, it went just as expected. A little rollback into a shot that was looking for the top corner, but getting out and blocking it in time was Carolina Gomez for Green Bay. That leads to this corner for Rochester FC. Jada Brown makes her way back onto the pitch. Once again, been fighting through that groin injury. And that groin injury just one that you just have to play through it. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be nagging her throughout this season. Lifted in. Looking for Mizutani. Now on the inside, Gomez pass, a little bit too long. Here's DeGaines. DeGaines will play back to Salas. Salas cuts in. Now plays ahead, looking for Ricarte Pacheco on the right side, and intercepted by Zashevsky. Space of drive, now it's Mila Stewart. And there's Jada Brown making her presence felt again as she tackles Carolina Gomez, forces Glory into another turnover. Halfway through the first half, and it's been a pretty even battle between these two sides. Not what many expected when looking at the records going into this game. Green Bay, a team that finished just second a year ago, behind only Minnesota Aurora in the conference. Here's Kircher. To the right side, Maya Alberts. Alberts touches in. She's got Salas guarding her. Drives one in with her left. It's touched down by Gomez. Now over to Janes. Chelsea Brown trying to turn it. Instead, it's played back, and Speltz will recover the ball on the near side. Speltz up ahead. Ricarte Pacheco. Trying to drag back, but it's out of play. It'll be a throw in for Speltz. Back to Speltz and around to Mizutani, and she'll go over to the left side and Birch. First time we've seen this center back pairing this season with Mizutani and Birch. Because in that season opener, Mizutani was actually playing on the outside, and it was Salas and Birch in the middle. Shot is fan. A chance here for Rochester. Saved by Karen. Another great attacking opportunity. Salas found her way upfield from the left flank and just took that shot first time when she had a chance to bring it down and shoot. That ball will bounce through. It'll run all the way back to Alcalde, but Mizutani will hold it up. Mizutani's pass ahead eventually finds Rutledge. Rutledge does well to spin out. She's held up by Gomez. She'll work around to Speltz, who goes outside to Ricarte Pacheco. Pacheco inside looking for Rutledge again. It's a turnover. Rochester has to recover here, and Birch does well. Clears it out for a throw-in for Glory. referee will send it to a water break. It's a hot one here in Rochester, 86 degrees outside. Feels like a lot more. So the referee will take this time 27 minutes in and send it to a quick water break. We'll take a break here on the Rochester FC Network. We'll be back when action resumes here at RCTC. Back in action here at Rochester Regional Stadium. After the quick water break, it's Mijaszewski to throw it in. The throw-in is dealt with by Ricardo Pacheco. And Mizutani clears again. Looking for Brown. It's turned back towards Jaszewski. Headed away by Gomez. Good ball in from Green Bay, but fanning on the first attempt and then firing one towards net is Brennan Musser, but it misses the left post. Alcalde will have the goal kick. Alcalde's goal kick eventually finds the way to Karen on the other side. DeGain steps in, forces a high turnover, now finds Ricardo Pacheco. A chance to turn for Ricardo Pacheco, who has Brown in the box. She's still driving on the right side. Held up by Jaszewski, who tosses Ricardo Pacheco aside, and she looks to go the other way. Her pass dealt with by Speltz, but it's right back in the path of Green Bay, and a chance to break for Gomez. Gomez to Stewart. Stewart, formerly of Western Illinois University. Back to Gomez and back to Stewart. Stewart puts one in. Finds Kircher outside of the box. She's tackled by Salas. Jada Brown now to up ahead to Ricardo Pacheco. Ricardo Pacheco looking for Brown, who's got pace on the outside. But strong play there from Brianna Morrissey. 32 minutes gone now in this game, and deadlocked at 0. Green Bay just had a great chance. Rochester has been positive on the attacking side. Here's Kiraz. Her touch too long, cleared away by Merrick. Now Mizutani in the attacking half. Finds Jada Brown. Brown goes back to DeGaines and gets it back and goes back to Birch. Birch up ahead looking for Kiraz, headed away by Merrick. And here's DeGaines. The Gaines will rip one from 30 yards out. Comfortable save for Karen. Karen boots one up. Headed away by Salas. Salas gets it back. Salas's clearance goes over to Mila Stewart on the left side. Now Musser. Musser looking for help in the box. Finds Gomez, who goes up to Janes. Janes outside. Here's Banky. Banky's cross cleared away comfortably by Mizutani. It'll be a throw in for Green Bay on the near side. Down low to Stewart again. And back Jashevsky. Headed on by Green Bay, but it's comfortable for Alcalde, her fourth save of the game. And she dishes quickly to Quiroz. Quiroz trying to cut it back, but it goes off of Green Bay. It'll be a throw in on the far side for Salas. Salas will launch one ahead, looking for Brown. Cleared away by Green Bay, a chance for Rochester to move forward. Again looking for Brown, and again it's cleared away by Green Bay, but only as far as DeGaines, who holds on to it. DeGaines to Brown. Jada Brown up ahead to Quiroz. Quiroz clips one into Chelsea Brown, who's trying to flick it back to Quiroz, but unsuccessful. And Salas will play it back to Alcalde. Alcalde over to Mizutani. This game has been very, very different for Rochester, as there's one lifted in by Mizutani, looking for Quiroz, who's running onto it. Quiroz has speed. She'll get to that ball on the far side. She has help in the box coming in, looking for Rutledge, but Gomez tracks that one all the way back. Miscommunication there for Rochester, and a chance for Green Bay to break. Here's Banky. Finds Janes. Out to Stewart. Lifting one towards net, but it's well over the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick for Rochester. But as I was saying, very positive this game for Rochester. Very different from the last two games against both Bavarian and Minnesota Aurora. Those games, Rochester wasn't really on the front foot. They'd allowed Minnesota Aurora, they allowed Bavarian to have the ball, have possession deep in the attacking half, and just sit back in that low block and defend hard and then clear the ball out. But in this game, Rochester has been pretty inventive offensively, using their outside backs and Speltz and Salas, and working well with those defensive midfielders and Jada Brown and Sarah DeGaines to find those attacking opportunities, and they've come a lot quicker than they came in those first two games against Bavarian and Minnesota Aurora. Here's Ricarte Pacheco. Back to Mizutani, who plays out to Speltz. Speltz looking ahead to Brown. Throw in for Rochester. Brianna Morrissey expressing her discontent with that call, but there'll be a throw in for Speltz on the near side. Jashevsky pushes one away. Back with Banky, who plays ahead. Good pass from Banky to break lines and find Jones, who plays out to Kircher. Back to Kircher. Good 1-2 there. He's Maya Alberts. Jada Brown steps in. Now inside, headed on by Green Bay, but too far to the left for Gomez. Doesn't test Alcalde. But chances fairly even on both sides. Ahead by Alcalde. Good defense from Merrick to clear and find her teammate. Here's Janes. Janes with space. Defended by Birch and DeGaines, who both work to get a touch on the outside. Quiroz keeps the ball in play. She's looking for the switch on the far side. She finds Ricarte Pacheco. Ricarte Pacheco clips one in. Working on Jaszewski. Jaszewski just shields Ricarte Pacheco away from the ball and finds Gomez. Now back to Janes. Ricarte Pacheco's made her way into the midfield now, chasing after the ball, and it'll be worked outside to Alberts. Clipped in, and a shot there from Gomez, but it's right at Alcalde, who makes her 5th save of the game. She'll roll out to Mizutani. Sarah Speltz stands up Gomez and plays ahead to Brown. Chelsea Brown runs onto it, but her touch wild, and it finds Merrick. Jaszewski now on the left side will go back to Morrissey. 5 minutes left in the first half between Green Bay and Rochester. It's been pretty even. Chances coming for both sides. Green Bay, the more dangerous chances, but Rochester stood strong in defense. Here's a chance for Janes now. Looking for Stewart. It'll go all the way back to Alcalde, who takes no chances. Tries to clear one right away, but Janes gets a touch on it, and Mizutani will play back to Alcalde. Alcalde looking for that long ball. Trying to find Chelsea Brown up top. It's headed away. Jaszewski up ahead looking for Stewart, and Stewart's a little too far inside for Jaszewski's liking. Rutledge now goes down hard. DeGaines plays back to Mizutani, who goes over to Birch. Birch looking to the left side, and Salas brought down by Brown, but her touch is long, and here's Gomez. Gomez for Green Bay. Plays back. Banky. Banky defended by Brown. Her pass goes right to Sarah DeGaines for Rochester. Now Sarah DeGaines is running with speed and goes up ahead to Brown. Brown on the outside with pace. Defended by Morrissey. Looking for help in the box. She doesn't have it. It arrives now. She'll play back to Ricarte Pacheco. Ricarte Pacheco glides past the defender. Lifts one in looking for DeGaines, but it's cleared away by Morrissey. Pass for Green Bay goes long, and Ricarte Pacheco will coast on over and hold on to possession. She'll keep it in play. Look ahead, but Jaszewski steps in. Both these teams moving a little bit tired here as we close out the first half. The pace has definitely gone down, and the game's opened up a little bit. Rutledge the drag back, but Jaszewski says no. Now driving is Gomez. Here's Musser. Help from Kircher. DeGaines steps too hard. Kircher rips a shot. It's palmed over by Alcalde. Another great save for Coco Alcalde. She's up for save of the week already. She might be up for next week as well. And a reminder to go and vote for Coco Alcalde for save of the week on USLW's Twitter and Instagram stories. Voting will be open until June 2nd. Final minutes of the first half. It's a corner for Green Bay. Lifted in. Heading it on is Green Bay, but it's well over the bar. That was Kircher. Alcalde pushes her players forward. Lifts a goal kick looking for Kiraz. Headed away by Glory. Now Merrick has it on the far side. Played back to Morrissey. Looking to play through Stewart and Jaszewski. Here's Stewart. Stewart turns, looks for Jaszewski, eventually finds her. Ricardo Pacheco defends. Forces Green Bay back, and Kircher gets the ball back for Green Bay. Rochester holding a strong line right at about the 50-yard line at the stadium. Breaking through it now is Green Bay. Mizutani clears away. Kiraz on the far side. Forces Green Bay back again. Merrick. Defended by Jada Brown. She's won another tackle, and she's pushed down by Merrick. That's got to be a card if you're the ref, and it is. Merrick shows yellow on that tackle on Jada Brown. Jada Brown has been a star so far in this game in the midfield. Won every tackle she's faced. Made a couple of great blocks in the box as well. An early candidate for that coveted Player of the Game award. This one ahead, it's easy in the end for Karen. Final seconds of the first half, although a little bit of time will be added on for that hydration break. But if you're Coach Dedich in locker room, there's not much negative to say. I mean, the defense has held up well. You're getting chances offensively. It's about calming yourself down in the final third, finding that last pass, putting it in, and as well as keeping up the energy. The energy for Rochester has died down here during the closing stages of this first half, probably due to the weather, probably due to a number of factors, including Green Bay's offense being a little bit more organized. As here's Salas. Salas plays up ahead looking for Brown. It's intercepted by Merrick. And now Green Bay with a chance to break. But it finds Speltz. Speltz tackled by Jaszewski. But it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Rochester. Speltz finds Rutledge. Touches down and plays back to Mizutani. Over to Birch. Here's Merrick. Over on the left side to Alberts. Inside. And up ahead to Musser. Now with Janes. Looking ahead to Stewart, but it's comfortable for Birch in the end. Chelsea Brown plays it back, looking for Jada Brown. Jada Brown wins the ball back well. And Chelsea Brown needs to be a little bit more careful with her first touches. She's had a couple of run long that have turned into offensive possessions for Green Bay. And there's another bad pass. Shot from far out for Stewart. She got a good amount of power on that, but it's saved in the end by Alcalde. And that's been the story of the game so far. Saves on both ends for Alcalde and Karen. Chances flying on both sides for Green Bay and Rochester, but no breakthrough just yet. Here at RCTC, the score is 0-0 at halftime between the Green Bay Glory and Rochester FC. We'll have second half action right here from Rochester Regional Stadium when we return on the Rochester FC Network. Alcalde, another great save for Coach. Back at Rochester Regional Stadium for second half action between Rochester FC and Green Bay Glory, and it's quick start here for Green Bay. An attacking opportunity down the left wing with Milo Stewart. Defended well by Mizutani. Stewart still gets a cross, and it's a good one. Salas gets a touch away, finds Kiraz, who plays back to Salas. Down low. So Green Bay takes off their striker, Rachel Janes. And into the game comes number 29 for Green Bay, and Skylar Prentice. Here's Jada Brown inside. She'll take a shot, but it's well wide of the post. Does not trouble the goalkeeper, Karen. Skylar Prentice. Not the only substitution, as number 2, Mariah Sorensen, also makes her way onto the pitch for Green Bay. Here's Brown with the ball, sliding into a tackle, but unable to win it. It looks like a quick positional change here for Rochester as well. Jada Brown goes up at striker. Chelsea Brown drops into the midfield alongside her LSU Shreveport teammate, Abby Rutledge. 2 attacking midfielders into this Rochester side. Trying to bring some more creativity in and moving Jada Brown to her natural position up top. Ball goes out of play on the far side. It'll be a throw in for Speltz. Speltz will keep the ball in play, but it's only as far as Stewart. Eventually back to Alberts. Excuse me, that's Sorensen on the far side on the left. Her first action of the game. Her throw-in finds Ricarte Pacheco, but Ricarte Pacheco unable to hold on to it. Here's Skylar Prentice. She holds on to the ball and plays it out left. Looking for Gomez, but it'll roll all the way back to Alcalde, who holds on. Alcalde rolls out to Mizutani, back to Alcalde. Kiraz touches too long. It'll find Kirster for Green Bay. She'll play out to Stewart. Stewart inside to Gomez. Gomez up ahead to Prentice. Prentice defended by DeGaines, who wins a tackle, and the defensive midfielders in the first half were excellent, both DeGaines and Jada Brown. See if they can keep up that play in the second half as the weather continues to bear down here. It's hot and humid here in Rochester. As here's Jada Brown turning and a chance to play a ball through to Eduarda Quiroz. She does, but defended well by Maya Alberts, tracking Quiroz all the way from right back into the box. Ahead to Stewart it goes. She'll play back to Sorensen, who works up to Gomez. A 3-on-3 opportunity for Green Bay. Mizutani's big tackle stops the attack. Up ahead to Chelsea Brown. Chelsea Brown struggled today with her back to goal. First and second touches haven't been there for the LSUS striker. Dropping her into midfield, maybe giving her a little bit more confidence as she'll see a little bit more of the ball and be able to calm down with her touches. As there's Alberts playing up to Musser. Musser looking for Prentice. They'll find Birch. Birch trying to hold it up. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick. Prentice went down, but it's too soft for the referee's liking. Prentice, one of 3 players on this Green Bay side born before the turn of the century, 1998, as well as Alyssa Miracle. And then Brianna Morrissey, the 2 center backs. Morrissey, 1995. Rochester, a much younger side. There's a shot. Dangerous. It'll hit the merchandise gazebo behind the net, but won't really test Alcalde. The Green Bay has 6 shots on goal, 12 shots overall. Alcalde's made 6 saves. Jada Brown gets a touch on the outside. She'll look to keep it in play, but it'll run just long for the Blees forward. Looking inside, here's Banky. Banky rolls one out to Stewart and then gets it back. Good 1-2 work here from Banky. She's driving with space. Outside to Gomez. Gomez lifts it across. Had Skylar Prentice free in the box, but is kept in play on the far side. Green Bay coming out attacking here in the second half. The shot lifted in by Musser doesn't go anywhere close to goal, so it'll be a goal kick for Rochester and Coco Alcalde. Rochester just lacking a little bit of that energy here in the second half that they started the game with. It's been a lot slower these past couple minutes, and then in the final 10 minutes of the first half as well. Haven't been as crisp with their passes, haven't been as physical when attacking the ball. As Gomez rips another volley, and it's wide of the post again. Green Bay not afraid to shoot, but Alcalde will watch that one go past her left post. She'll play quickly to Mizutani. Mizutani up ahead to Rutledge. Rutledge on the outside to Spelt. Spelt will hold it up. She'll lose control of the ball on the outside. It'll be throw in for Green Bay. Here's Mariah Sorensen. Speltz cuts inside, finds Chelsea Brown. Brown's touch too long. Sorensen will go all the way back to Morrissey. It'll find Mallory Karen. Karen, a much more traditional goalkeeper. Makes the saves she needs to make, but she's not as comfortable coming off her line and out of the box. And not as comfortable with the ball at her feet as Alcalde is on the other sideline. Even just looking at it right now, well, when the ball is at the 50-yard line, so dead even between the two sides, Alcalde's out at about the 20-yard line, 20 yards out from her goal, and Karen is just now making her way to the penalty spot. Free kick upcoming for Green Bay on the near sideline. Lifted in. It's a dangerous ball. Flicked ahead, but toward Alcalde, it's an easy save. Alcalde distributes, looking for Ricarte Pacheco. Held up by Maya Alberts, whose pass is deflected off of Rochester and cleared away by Birch. Here's Gomez on the far side. Defended by Pacheco. Ricarte Pacheco wins that battle. It'll be DeGaines who distributes back to Salas, looking ahead to Jada Brown. Brown brings it down. She'll hold on to possession. Try to play out to Speltz, but intercepted well by Mila Stewart. Stewart. Now it's Prentice. Sliding tackle there from Alcalde. Coming up huge, but Green Bay still retain possession. Here's Prentice trying to play it back, but a bad touch, and DeGaines will take the ball out. Here's Ricardo Pacheco. She touches outside. Her and Maya Alberts have had a great battle all game. Salas intervenes on that pass. DeGaines wins the header. It's controlled by Musser. Ricarte, another tackle for Ricardo Pacheco. Pass is lifted ahead, and Alcalde will take it into her own box. She can use both hands and feet. She elects to go feet here and distribute out to Mizutani. Mizutani still with the ball, looking for the long ball to Jada Brown. Held up by Brown with her back to goal. And Brown retained possession. Has Chelsea Brown to her right. Brown still with it. Now finding Chelsea Brown, who was offsides. Just a little too eager to get into the attacking motion was Chelsea Brown. The offsides on Rochester, but the first real positive foray into the Green Bay half for Rochester in this second half of action here at RCTC. Played inside, Kircher. Up ahead, defended well by DeGaines. DeGaines looking for help, finds it in Maddie Salas. On the near side, Salas with space. She clips one ahead, looking for Rutledge. Shipped away by Morrissey. Alberts will play it back to Miracle. Miracle over to Morrissey, and back to Miracle it goes. Inside Kircher with space. Distributes out to Banky. Big tackle from Chelsea Brown, and a chance to break for Rochester. Here's Jada Brown. Jada Brown driving on the right side, has help coming in the box with her. Inside to Quiroz. Quiroz a touch in the box, trying to cut back. It'll work out to Jada Brown, working down the line, but she just dribbled it out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for Green Bay. Headed on by Green Bay. Mizutani collects. She's looking for help. Finds it in Speltz. Speltz loses control of the ball, but she'll win it right back in turn. She has help in the middle. It's Chelsea Brown. Clipped away by Green Bay. Space for Gomez to distribute. She finds help. Running free on goal, it's Musser. Musser one-on-one with Alcalde. Another big save for Coco Alcalde. Ball still loose. Mizutani wins it. Another great save for Coco Alcalde. A one-on-one stop for Coco Alcalde, and the scoreline remains 0-0. Ball played ahead by Green Bay. Turning is Prentice. Prentice cleared away by Salas. One back by Green Bay, ahead to Stewart. Intercepted by Rochester and Speltz. Here's Eduardo Quiroz. Quiroz looking for the switch. Takes it into space, misses on a pass, and now Prentice with a chance to turn. One back by DeGaines. DeGaines shrugs off Prentice. Now working down the left side. The cross comes in for Green Bay. Headed away by Birch. Alcalde can use her hands and does. Wasn't really headed away by Birch. That more brushed off of her hip or her shoulder and then rolled harmlessly across the net for Alcalde to collect. Alcalde distributes, looking ahead to Brown. It's a bad touch from Green Bay and a chance for Quiroz to break. Driving through the middle, has help on the outside. Can't find it. Here comes the pressure from Rochester. Morrissey on the far side. Ahead to Sorensen. There's Maria Sorensen all the way back to Miracle. Miracle already on a yellow card today. And Rochester forced back more as the ball finds Musser on the right. Here's Musser down low. Musser still with the ball. Working against DeGaines, who clears away. I got the first sub coming in for Rochester. Jada Brown will exit. 61 minutes of action for Jada Brown. Still fighting that groin injury. Still not 100%, but a very, very positive 61 minutes for Brown. She'll make way for Rebecca Cook, who will come in and play up top. Cook, one of the youngest players on this team, just finished up her junior season at Lourdes. Ricarte Pacheco clears away. Looking for Rutledge. Instead, it's won back by Green Bay and Kirkshire. Working inside. Cleared away by Birch. Quiroz will hold it up and find Mizutani. Mizutani has help. Trying to take on two defenders is Mizutani, and it'll be Green Bay winning it back. Up ahead to Kirkshire. Outside, here's Musser. Musser with space on the right side. Rips across in deep, and it's a goal for Green Bay. Carolina Gomez scores after a great cross from Brenna Musser. Green Bay breaks a deadlock in the 63rd minute. Musser to Carolina Gomez, who touches home. So now Rochester searching for an answer after going down 1-0 with half an hour left to play here at RCTC. Rochester have had their chances here and there, but the second half has really been Green Bay stepping it up on the offensive side of the ball. They've been a lot more organized. They've been a lot more comfortable with the ball at their feet. And Rochester need to pick up the pace here and respond quickly. Here's Ricarte Pacheco. Trying to touch outside, but she'll run out of room down low. It'll be a throw-in for Green Bay. Maya Alberts to take. She'll lift one ahead. It'll go over everybody, and Birch will collect. Couple of substitutions for Green Bay. Off go Brenna Musser and Maya Alberts. On come Kenzie Blau and Margaret Tillman. This one up ahead. It's a dangerous ball, and Alcalde collects. Alcalde plays it quickly, looking for Cook up ahead. Cook holds it up, but her touch is too long, and Green Bay recovers. Big tackle from Salas. One back by Ricarte Pacheco. Outside to Rutledge. Rutledge cuts in. And back to Salas. Inside to DeGaines. Back to Birch. Here's Salas looking ahead. She'll take her space. Play over to Rutledge. Rutledge gets a touch up ahead, looking for Quiroz. Cleared away by Green Bay. It'll run all the way back to Alcalde. Kristen Ledoux has made her way on for Rochester, coming in for Sarah Speltz on the right side. Free kick for Rochester. It's going to be Mizutani to take. She had a dangerous one in the first game against Bavarian. This one flat, but it almost runs in the net. Mallory Karen just got a shin on it. Dangerous play there from Mallory Karen on a free kick that was not very good there from Lisa Mizutani. Just drilled one flat, not where she wanted it to go. She wanted that one to the back post where all the Rochester players were, and Mallory Karen caught sleeping a little bit. Corner opportunity for Rochester. Played short to Salas. Salas with an opportunity to lift one in. Instead of, it'll go back to Rutledge. Rutledge holds up. And now the cross comes. Inside, Birch touches down. Ricardo Pacheco's on it. Cleared away by Green Bay. Now the intensity picks up. Now the intensity picks up for Rochester after getting a sniff at goal on the Karen mistake. Down low, Ricardo Pacheco. Ricardo Pacheco gets Kenzie Blau stumbling, but her cross unable to go, and Ricardo Pacheco stays down. Attacking Margaret Tillman. Ricardo Pacheco still down. So while Ricardo Pacheco stays down, we'll take a break here on the Rochester FC Network. We'll be back when action resumes here at RCTC. Here's Prentice. Prentice cuts back. Finds help in Kircher. Kircher, a chance to shoot. It's blocked away by the body of Ledoux. Back outside. Margaret Tillman. Tillman held up by DeGaines. And now Chelsea Brown looking to distribute. She's held up by Green Bay. 20 minutes to go, and Rochester's still searching for their first goal in USL W League history. And no better time to get it than now if you're the Loons. On Ricardo Pacheco back onto the pitch, but she'll head up to striker, still nursing that injury that she just had on the end line in the Green Bay half. The great determination from the UTR GV player. This one ahead, Gomez. Held up by DeGaines. DeGaines pushed off the ball. It's a foul. And Rochester still attacking. Salas runs to the ball, but Mizutani's going to take. Where does Mizutani go with this one? She lifts one into the zone. It's a dangerous ball. It'll fall out for Quiroz, who touches up to herself. Cuts back. A chance to put one in the box for Quiroz. It's offline and cleared away. Birch will bring it down and play back to Mizutani. Mizutani with space. She'll look ahead to Ricardo Pacheco, but Ricardo Pacheco can't really run to that ball right now. Still nursing that injury. Don't want her injured for that Aurora game. But also running low on substitutions is head coach Modetić. Already used two separate windows to bring on Rebecca Cook and Kristen Ledoux, who replaced Jada Brown and Sarah Speltz. This one up ahead, intercepted by Birch. Birch will play up, looking for Rutledge. It'll run to Ricardo Pacheco. She'll hold up, distribute out to Ledoux. Intercepted by Stewart. Over on the other side to Tillman. DeGaines comes out the victor in that battle. And Salas' pass intercepted by Gomez. There's a ball ahead looking for Eduardo Quiroz, but coming out to collect is Mallory Karen. Another substitution for Green Bay. Exiting the field of play is number 10, Michaela Kircher. Coming on is Jordan Shaden. Worked ahead on the left side by Stewart, but it'll run out of play. Goal kick for Alcalde. Mizutani will cut inside. Look ahead for Quiroz, but it runs out of play. Once again, a little low energy here from Rochester. Searching for that equalizer. Ledoux clears up ahead. Ricardo Pacheco moving a little bit better. Applying some pressure to Green Bay, but it's worked out to Sorensen on the left side. And ahead goes Shaden. Threw a ball up ahead, cleared away by Alcalde, and Alcalde bodies Skylar Prentice while clearing that ball away. And Alcalde goes down, holding her knee. Alcalde, who's been stellar so far for Rochester in this game. And she'll play on. Call there fire a goal kick up to Ricardo Pacheco, who finds Quiroz. Quiroz back to Ricardo Pacheco. Her touch. Sends her the wrong way. It's cleared back ahead by Mizutani. Ledoux goes crashing into a Green Bay player. It'll be a foul on Ledoux. And Ledoux is going to be shown yellow. First yellow of the game for Rochester, and it goes to the substitute, Christian Ledoux. The lone goal from Carolina Gomez. The difference in this game. Played ahead by Green Bay. Headed down by Mizutani, and Quiroz will release. Ball will travel back. Now the far side with Shaden. Worked back to Morrissey. Now to Sorensen on the near side. Bad pass there. It'll run all the way back to Alcalde. And Alcalde will push Rochester forward. She looks for Cook. Cook brings it down well. Salas all the way through to Mizutani. Mizutani ahead looking for Chelsea Brown. Ledoux steps in. Ledoux pushed to the ground by Stewart, who's driving on the left. Stewart looking ahead, but is comfortable for Alcalde. Score 1-0. Between Green Bay and Rochester. Final 12 minutes of action in regular time. There's a turnover, and Quiroz with a chance to drive. Quiroz drops the Green Bay defender, cuts inside. Finds help in Chelsea Brown. Brown back to Quiroz. Quiroz into a little bit of traffic, and Green Bay clears away. DeGain steps in. A big interception for Sarah DeGain. Back to Quiroz, who turns. Looking inside for Chelsea Brown, and another turnover deep in the attacking zone for Rochester. A chance to break for Gomez. Already one goal to her name. She releases Prentice. Prentice driving on the left. Shoots with her left foot. But it's outside of the near post, and offsides was a call anyways. It'll be a free kick for Rochester. Two more substitutions for Green Bay. It'll be a free kick here for Alcalde. And Coco Alcalde plays ahead looking for Quiroz. Throw in goes Green Bay's way. The Rochester forced back with 10 minutes left to play. So two attacking substitutions for Green Bay. Shaylin Garrett comes in for Mila Stewart. She'll play on the left side, and coming on the right is Lucy Kwidzinski. This one will run back to Morrissey, who plays back to Karen. Those two substitutions, the last for Green Bay, they've used all 7. Replaced every player on the pitch except for their central spine in defense and the goalkeeper Mallory Carey, the 2 center backs and Morrissey Miracle, and the center defensive mid in Banky. Everyone else has been substituted off. As there's a touch ahead, it's offsides. Alcalde comes up with a save again, but it wouldn't have counted, and Alcalde remains down for a bit, but she'll get back up. And making her way onto the pitch for Rochester, Ava Adams comes on for Eduardo Quiroz. Should be playing on the right side with Christian Ledoux. Adams, another one of these Rochester FC Academy players who have made their way onto this first team for USLW. Standout for the Academy team, went on and played in the USL Academy Cup, and has gotten significant minutes for this USLW team. She played in the last game against Minnesota Aurora, made her debut in the opener for a couple minutes as well against Bavarian. Her alongside Rebecca Cook have been the 2 most notable Academy players that have made their way forward. Another big save for Alcalde, and she'll hold on to the ball. A dangerous free kick, but Alcalde recovers. This one worked across. It's up by the left hand of Alcalde. Turned in the net, but it is offsides. Alcalde made the first save, but deflected it straight into the air, and Prentice was there to push one home. But she was in an offsides position originally. Entering the final stage of the game, here's Rutledge. Playing ahead, looking for Ricarte Pacheco. Running onto it is Miracle. Miracle plays ahead to Sorensen. Salas, a little bit too physical down low, and Tillman draws the free kick. Scoreline remains 1-0. Goal from Caroline Gomez, the difference. In the 65th minute, Birch will let this one run out of play. Holding up Prentice. Alcalde will play quickly to Mizutani. Mizutani fires one ahead to Ricarte Pacheco. Her touch too long. She clips it back to Ledoux, who brings it down and plays back to Mizutani. Mizutani's got the switch, looking for Becca Cook on the near side, but runs out of play. It's defended well by Green Bay, and a throw in for Rochester. Salas steps way up, but the throw-in is off of Green Bay, and she'll advance even more. Another throw-in for Salas down low. It's back now to Miracle. Over to Morrissey. Touch outside to Blau. Kenzie Blau defended by Ava Adams. And Green Bay will hold on to possession. Pressure coming from Rochester, but Green Bay able to pass out of it. Worked inside. Here's Prentice. Prentice with help. Birch steps in front of the ball, and Salas clears away. Ricardo Pacheco is running onto it, and Ava Adams plays ahead. This one will run all the way back to Karen, but Miracle will get there first and play ahead. Chelsea Brown steps in and intercepts. Adams goes down, but draws the throw in. She'll take it quickly, looking ahead to Ricardo Pacheco. Brought down and through the legs goes Ricardo Pacheco. She draws a foul in a dangerous position. Mizutani's going to head to the box for this one. It'll be Ricardo Pacheco to take. It makes sense. You want to get the taller players in there, the two center backs, Birch and Mizutani, making their way into the box. As here's Ricardo Pacheco. A dangerous spot here for Green Bay and an opportunity for Rochester. With 2.5 minutes left to play in regular time. Here's Ricardo Pacheco lifting one in. It's short. DeGaines flicks one on net, but it's saved by Karen. Throwing on the near side with Salas. Green Bay hold on to it, intercepted by Brown. A chance for Brown to escape. She'll touch outside. Still Brown. Brown now lifts it across, but there's no one home for Rochester, and Karen will hold on to the ball. Karen releases. This one will bounce over the head of Mizutani. Can't bring it down. It's clipped ahead by Prentice, and it's in the net. Prentice catches Alcalde off her line and chips one over her and into the net. And so Green Bay score their second. Skylar Prentice gets the goal, assisted by the goalkeeper. Mallory Karen will get the assist for that one after her kick leads to that goal for Green Bay. It's a 2-0 lead. In the final few seconds of the game. Here's Salas. Salas will throw it into Rutledge. Back to Rutledge and back to Salas it goes. Salas looks crossfield for Ledoux. Mizutani will hold on to the ball. Play ahead to Ricardo Pacheco. Pacheco holds on, plays to Brown. Brown oversteps on the ball. Down low to Adams. Adams slides in and draws the corner. So into extra time we go. Chance for Rochester to claw one back on the corner. Ricardo Pacheco will take. Ricardo Pacheco has help in the box. She'll lift one in. Dangerous ball headed towards the net by Sarah DeGaines, but it's off frame. It'll be a goal kick for Karen. Here's on Ricarte Pacheco out wide, looking for Adams, but it runs too long. Birch will hold on. Back to Mizutani. And back to Alcalde. Alcalde up ahead looking for Cook, who brings it down well. Cook plays it off of Kenzie Blau for a throw in for Salas. It'll be a free kick down low for Green Bay. And there's a final whistle. Your final score 2-0. Green Bay Glory grabbed 2 in the second half to take down Rochester FC. Rochester FC still searching for their first goal and for their first points in USL W Heartland Conference action. That'll be all from here in RCTC for Arnaud Pokerel and the rest of the Rochester FC Network crew. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next on Sunday for the women's game against Minnesota Aurora FC. That'll be all from here at Rochester Regional. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great night.